In a turn of events, the private vault of the late Elvis Presley has finally been unlocked after nearly half a century of being sealed away from the public eye. From intimate letters to memorabilia, this hidden trove of Elvis history has shed new light on the legendary singer. What was the vault's true contents? Join us to find out. The house that held his heart. For every legend to last, it needs a place to call home. For Elvis Presley, that place was Graceland. In 1957, when Elvis was just 22 years old, he had already become a superstar. His songs played everywhere, on the radio, in diners, on jukeboxes. Fans followed him, screamed his name, and couldn't get enough of him. Life moved fast. There were cameras, crowds, and non-stop travel. But deep down, Elvis didn't always want the noise. He wanted peace. He dreamed of somewhere quiet where he could just be himself. That's when he found Graceland. The house wasn't big or fancy at first. It was built in 1939 by a man named S.E. Tuve and sat calmly in the open fields of Memphis, Tennessee. With its tall white columns and wide front porch, it felt warm and welcoming. It had 10 rooms, not to impress people, but to feel like a real home. That's what Elvis liked most. He didn't want a palace. He wanted a place where he could breathe. In 1957, he bought Graceland for $100,000. The first payment was only around $12,500, but the meaning it would hold was far greater than its cost. Graceland became his hideaway, his quiet corner of the world. There, Elvis wasn't the king. He was just Elvis, a son, a father, a friend. His parents, Vernon and Gladys, moved in too. Sadly, his mother passed away just a year later in 1958. But before that, she had known the peace of Graceland. Over the years, Elvis made changes to the house, not to show off, but to make it feel more like him. One of the most famous rooms he added was the Jungle Room. In the late 1960s, he filled it with green shag carpet, even on the ceiling. The chairs looked like wild animals, and tropical plants filled every corner. It was wild fun and full of personality, just like Elvis. Later, he used that room to record music. His voice echoed softly through the green walls, creating songs straight from the heart. Another special part of Graceland is the meditation garden. Elvis built it in 1964 as a peaceful place to think and relax. Today, it holds even more meaning. It's the final resting place for Elvis, his parents, his daughter Lisa Marie, and his grandmother. People from all over the world come to lay flowers and whisper messages. There's no noise here, just love and quiet remembrance. When Elvis passed away in 1977, the world mourned, but Graceland remained. In 1982, it opened to the public. Since then, over 20 million people have walked through its halls. They don't just come for the gold records or shiny cars. They come to feel something real. They walk where Elvis walked. They stand where he stood. Even if they never met him, they feel close to him. Famous faces, Muhammad Ali, Paul, Simon, U2, even Prince William and Prince Harry have all visited. Yet no matter who you are, once you step inside Graceland, it feels like stepping into someone's heart. There's one part of Graceland no visitor has ever seen: the upstairs. This space was Elvis's private world. His bedroom, his closet full of sparkling jumpsuits, and the bathroom where he passed away are still there, untouched. The Presley family chose to keep it that way, not to hide anything, but to protect his memory. That space is frozen in time, just the way he left it. Every room in the house shows Elvis's style: bright colors, stained glass peacocks, a yellow and black kitchen. But beneath the bold designs, you feel something softer. You feel home. You can peek into the dining room where the family gathered, the music room where he played the piano, and the garage where his favorite cars are kept. Graceland isn't just a building. It tells a story, a sweet, simple story about love and family. Elvis didn't build it to be a star's castle. He made it a home. His dad and grandmother lived there. His daughter Lisa Marie grew up there. It was a safe place filled with laughter and love. In 2018, something meaningful happened. Long ago, Elvis had made a gravestone for his mother. That gravestone, showing both a cross and a Star of David, was finally placed in the meditation garden. It showed how deeply he cared for his mother and how much faith meant to him. It was another small piece of his heart shared with the world. People don't come to Graceland just for fun. They come to connect. The house with its bright rooms and quiet garden feels warm. It holds Elvis's spirit, his hopes, his dreams. It tells the story of a kind man who stayed true to himself even when the world was watching. But behind it were secrets so bad that shocked the world when exposed. Stay with us. Behind the velvet ropes hidden deep inside Graceland, far from the crowds and glittering displays, lies a quiet and magical place filled with memories. This secret place, known as the Graceland Archives, holds more than just old things. It holds stories, millions of them. Every little piece kept inside tells something real about Elvis Presley's life. And right in the center of it all is Angie Marchese. Angie's job isn't just about watching over objects. She is the guardian of Elvis's history. She takes care of everything that once belonged to the king of rock and roll. Letters, outfits, shopping lists, even the sunglasses he wore. To Angie, every piece is precious. Every item holds a memory, and she treats each one with gentle care and respect. Angie's journey with Graceland began when she was just 17. Her family moved from Jacksonville to Memphis, and she started school at Ridgeway High. One day, a school counselor told her about a summer job at Graceland. She was curious and thought it would be a fun job before starting college, so she applied to become a tour guide. That simple decision changed her life forever. What started as a summer job quickly became something much bigger. Angie felt connected to the place and to Elvis's story. She stayed, worked hard, and slowly became someone Graceland trusted deeply. Over time, she became the person who helps protect not only Elvis' belongings, but also his legacy. Now, Angie leads a team of 21 people. They all work together to care for everything in the archives and keep Graceland in perfect shape. But cleaning and organizing are not just chores. They are acts of love. Angie and her team clean the house 3 times a week, not just to make it look nice, but to protect its history. Every room, every chair, every rug holds the spirit of Elvis. To them, the house itself is the biggest treasure of all. The items Angie looks after stretch far beyond the main house. There are things in the gift shops, museums, and other nearby buildings, too. Every single object tells part of Elvis's story. Some things are deeply personal. His jewelry notes he wrote by hand, or clothes he wore on stage. Other things might seem small, like receipts or kitchen tools, but they also reveal parts of his everyday life. Angie and her team carefully sort, label, and store each item, making sure nothing is ever forgotten. Elvis and his manager, Colonel Tom Parker, save so many things that the archives now offer more than just memories of a music career. They give people a look into who Elvis truly was, what he thought, what he loved, how he lived. For fans and researchers, it's like stepping into his world. Of course, other famous musicians also have archives. Bruce Springsteen has one in New Jersey. and Lou Reed's is kept in New York. But Graceland is something else. It's not just a place to look at objects. It's a home, a real home that feels just like it did when Elvis lived there. That's what makes it so special. Angie believes this is what makes Graceland stand out from every other archive in the world. Graceland isn't just a museum. It's where Elvis laughed, dreamed, wrote music, and spent time with the people he loved. That's why Angie's work matters so much. She's not just saving old things, she's keeping those warm, beautiful memories alive. Every time someone visits and sees the colorful stained glass, the sparkling jumpsuits, or the famous jungle room, they feel part of Elvis's story. And that's because Angie and her team work hard every single day to keep that story alive. For Angie, it's not about how much something costs. It's about what it means. Even a torn wallet or a small note can say a lot about Elvis. These simple items show us who he was as a person, not just a performer, but a man with a full and real life. Inside Elvis's most mysterious rooms. Graceland welcomes thousands of visitors every year, but most only see the surface. They walk through the bright living room and peek into the famous jungle room. But the real magic of Graceland lives in the places no tour ever visits. These quiet, hidden rooms hold laughter, mischief, and love. Moments shared only by those closest to Elvis Presley. To Lisa Marie. Presley. Graceland wasn't just a tourist attraction or a famous mansion. It was home. As a child, she ran through its hallways without rules, exploring every corner like a little adventurer. She didn't need a ticket or a tour guide. The grand staircases, the secret rooms, they all belonged to her world. Lisa's childhood at Graceland was filled with wonder. For her, it was more than being Elvis's daughter. It was a place where she felt free, a safe world away from cameras and crowds. In that big house, Lisa Marie was just a happy little girl with big dreams and messy adventures. The upstairs of Graceland has always been a mystery. Even now, decades later, visitors are not allowed beyond the stairs. That upper floor where Elvis's bedroom, dressing room, and bathroom sit untouched is frozen in time. It's been closed to the public since the day Elvis passed away in 1977. Only Priscilla and Lisa Marie were ever allowed to visit. Lisa once shared vivid memories of her father's room. She spoke about the thick, soft shag carpet, not red as many guessed, and the bold gold accents on the walls. His bed was large and black, and the whole room sparkled with Elvis's dramatic flair. It was his private world filled with style and silence. Few photos exist of those rooms, but some were quietly taken by Jeannie LeMay, a close friend of Elvis's former girlfriend. These pictures are now the only visual pieces of that hidden floor, keeping its secrets safe, but remembered. But the upstairs wasn't the only secret. Beneath the mansion, the basement told its own wild stories. In these underground rooms, life was loud, messy, and full of joy. The pool room in particular was known as the Chaos Room. Pool balls flew through the air, laughter bounced off the walls, and fun took over. Lisa Marie loved playing hide-and-seek there. Trouble often followed, but it was always the fun kind. She once remembered Elvis setting off a tear gas or laughing gas bomb just to surprise everyone. It wasn't just a basement. It was a playground where rules didn't matter, and every day was an adventure. Then there was the Jungle Room, famous now, but once just another part of Lisa's world. Covered in green shag carpet and filled with big wooden furniture, it looked like a wild forest. To others, it seemed strange. To Lisa and her family, it was home. The Jungle Room was more than a place to sit. It was full of memories, some silly, some sweet. It felt wild and free, just like Elvis's spirit. For Lisa, it was a place where she could be herself. In that room, the pressure of being a celebrity's daughter faded. She could laugh, play, and be a normal kid. And not every moment was wild. Some were quiet and filled with love. In the annex of Graceland, Elvis' most treasured belongings are kept safe. His wedding tuxedo, Priscilla's gown, even Lisa's childhood toys and cradle. They're all there. These small, gentle things tell a story of deep love. A father who adored his daughter. A family that shared so much more than fame. Every hidden corner of Graceland holds a piece of Lisa's heart. It wasn't just a big house with glitter and gold. It was a real home. A place with giggles, secrets, favorite hiding spots, and quiet moments. What secrets lay behind these rooms stick around? Hidden behind the walls. Graceland has always been a place of intrigue. With its opulent halls, unique interior design, and fascinating past. Many of Elvis Presley's secrets have been kept within its walls for years. However, the most intriguing aspect of Graceland is the mysterious vault concealed within the estate. Accessible only to select individuals during private tours. Only a select few individuals worldwide have laid eyes on all corners of Graceland. The majority of tourists typically tour the public spaces, marvel at the renowned Jungle Room, sneak a peek into the Trophy Room, and wander through the Meditation Garden. However, there exist sections that are inaccessible to the general public, reserved exclusively for close relatives and a handful of confidants. Oprah Winfrey was among those individuals. During one of her private visits to Graceland in 2010, Oprah was granted exclusive access to areas that even experienced staff members had never seen. This was not your typical tour, but rather a personal and intimate experience, accompanied by her friend Gayle King. Oprah explored sections of the mansion that were typically off-limits to the public. The most unexpected part of the visit was when she was welcomed into the Graceland vault. Before she was able to go inside, an unexpected event occurred. The cameras that were documenting her tour were suddenly turned off. No one was permitted to capture footage of the door being unlocked or the exact location of the entrance. This demonstrates the high level of security surrounding this vault. Constructed to endure fires, earthquakes, and tornadoes, it is considered one of the most secure areas on the property. The exact whereabouts of the vault remain confidential. Once the cameras resumed filming inside the vault, a strict rule was put in place. Nothing could be handled without wearing gloves. The drawers inside the vault were neatly organized with various items inside. Each item was meticulously arranged, protected either by wrapping or sealing to ensure its preservation. Rare artifacts from Elvis's life were stored in the vault, many of which were previously unseen by the public. Amongst the collection were 88 of his famous jumpsuits, each carefully folded and wrapped in tissue paper. These iconic jumpsuits, adorned with rhinestones and striking patterns, were worn during some of his most memorable performances. The closet contained a variety of items besides clothing. Sunglasses from the year 1972, shiny cufflinks, and shimmering rings were all there. These items were not just for show, but were part of Elvis's distinct fashion sense, contributing to his lasting impression. More than 60,000 images were securely stored in the collection. There was a mix of black and white and vibrant photos that Elvis cherished. He appeared to hoard memories of his time with family concerts, admirers, and peaceful moments. Each picture revealed a chapter of his life story. His stash of checks and personal papers was unexpectedly large. Elvis held on to his signed checks not necessarily for financial reasons, but to preserve a detailed account of his daily activities. This unexpected collection revealed a facet of his personality that is often overlooked: a meticulous record keeper who cherished every detail of his life journey. Over time, rumors spread about the vault, but it was not taken seriously until this exclusive tour revealed its existence. It soon became a captivating aspect of the estate's history. Very few will have the opportunity to enter it, but the mere concept ignites creativity. There are rumors circulating about a hidden tunnel beneath Graceland, believed to be concealed from the general public. Former employees and inquisitive visitors have spoken about a passage connecting the mansion to a discreet exit on the estate's periphery, and possibly even farther. While the existence of this tunnel has not been verified, its alleged presence, along with the mysterious vault, contributes to the mysterious aura surrounding Graceland, the mystery of the king. On August 16, 1977, there was a moment of stillness felt worldwide when it was reported that Elvis Presley, the renowned king of rock and roll, was discovered unconscious in his Graceland estate. He was supposed to depart from Memphis that night for a tour stop in Portland, Maine. However, instead of boarding the plane, Elvis was found motionless in his private bathroom by his soon-to-be wife, Ginger Alden. His father, Vernon Presley, and close friend Joe Esposito were summoned right away. Even his young daughter, Lisa Marie, was a witness to the tragic event unfolding. Doctors at Memphis Baptist Hospital quickly verified the fears of countless fans worldwide that Elvis had indeed passed away. Despite the presence of a death certificate, autopsy report, and official announcements, many refused to accept that the king in their eyes was far too legendary to simply cease to exist. Rumors started circulating quickly. A man resembling Elvis was spotted at the Memphis International Airport shortly after news of his death. This man claimed to be John Burroughs, a name Elvis used in secret while traveling. Is it possible that Elvis faked his death and is now starting a new life? In 1978, a book called Orion stirred up controversy. It depicted a renowned singer resembling Elvis who pretended to pass away in order to avoid the public eye. Simultaneously, a mysterious artist wearing a mask emerged, singing songs remarkably similar to Elvis's. This masked performer went by the name Orion, possessed a familiar voice, and released music under Elvis's former record label. Followers were left questioning, could this individual truly be Elvis concealing his identity in plain view? Jimmy Ellis was revealed to be the person behind the mask. Despite this, there were still suspicions that Elvis Presley was the mastermind manipulating Ellis as a distraction. Gail Brewer Giorgio, the author of the book, later confessed that she collaborated with Ellis in creating the persona of Orion. She mentioned seeing qualities in Ellis that reminded her of the king, such as a unique energy and charisma. Small towns all over the United States started sharing their own versions of the story. A resident of Kalamazoo, Michigan, claimed to have seen Elvis at a Burger King in 1987. The news spread quickly through various media outlets. The incident garnered a lot of attention and intrigue. The choice of Kalamazoo as the setting may have been because it was far removed from the glitz of Hollywood, but still felt relatable. People may have been drawn to the idea because they secretly wished it were true. Gail Brewer Giorgio became a familiar figure on television, making appearances on popular talk shows like those hosted by Oprah Winfrey, Larry King, and Geraldo Rivera. She confidently asserted her belief that Elvis didn't pass away, but instead chose to walk away from his fame in pursuit of a peaceful life. Regardless of whether Elvis has truly passed away or is simply in seclusion, the impact of his legacy remains unchanged. Even if his physical presence ceased in 1977, his influence continues to be felt. His music personality and iconic image are still very much alive. Elvis was more than just a performer. He was a powerful presence. He didn't just provide amusement, he brought about change. By combining country and rhythm and blues, he created a unique sound. His dancing style was unprecedented. He sang with a depth that suggested a deep connection to the music. Some argue that he didn't necessarily invent rock and roll, but he certainly elevated its importance. He infused it with emotion, personality, and meaning. Even when Elvis sang slow ballads, they held a unique quality. His voice had the ability to evoke emotions such as sadness, tenderness, and power, resonating with listeners and captivating them. This emotional connection is what continues to move fans to tears when they listen to his music, driving them to attend sold-out concerts and leave flowers at his grave as a gesture of their enduring admiration. His reputation was not only significant, but also enormous. After appearing on TV for the first time, Elvis quickly rose to prominence and became universally recognized within a year. Magazines everywhere featured his face, and his name became familiar in every household. Elvis dominated the public spotlight before the age of the internet, smartphones, and social media, making his presence felt everywhere. Over time, Elvis evolved from being solely a musician to embodying a much greater significance as a cultural icon. He represented not just musical ability, but also intense emotion and a reflection of American society. His songs varied in mood, tempo, and style, spanning across genres like gospel, blues, country, and pop. Regardless of the genre, his voice captivated audiences and left a lasting impact on listeners. He was admired and desired by many. He was a troublemaker. He was someone who loved being in the spotlight. He was someone people fantasized about. He was also someone who was puzzling to many. Sometimes he was gentle, reserved, and modest. Other times he was noisy, untamed, and very passionate. He never had just one aspect to his personality. He had various sides to him simultaneously. That's what made him impossible to forget. There are those who believe he pretended to pass away. Conversely, there are some who believe he genuinely departed on that August day. Nevertheless, the legacy of the king endures. His influence is evident in the emerging artists who emulate his sound. His presence is felt in the devoted followers who listen to his songs regularly. He is immortalized in various forms of media, literature, productions, and recollections. The vault itself has much meaning to the Presley family. What was its value? Let's find out. The secret room that keeps the Presley family together. Beyond the historical significance, Graceland harbors something profoundly special within its walls. It transcends being simply a renowned residence or museum. To the Presley family, Graceland embodies an indescribable essence that runs deeper than words can convey. Central to this mystique is a secluded vault, a sanctuary that serves as a unifying force for generations. This covert chamber, privy to only a select few, is not merely a repository of objects, but a repository of affection, recollections, and bonds. The vault serves as a valuable collection for devoted Elvis enthusiasts, containing various items like letters, photos, and personal possessions that provide a glimpse into the legendary singer's past life in the spotlight. However, to the Presley family, it holds a deeper significance as a secluded area that preserves the essence of Elvis Presley in a uniquely intimate manner. Angie oversees the Elvis archives and recognizes the significance of the vault. To her, it represents more than just a physical space. It serves as a bridge connecting history with the present. Each object within the vault holds a narrative embodying the essence of nostalgia and significance. Angie safeguards these artifacts diligently, fully aware of their priceless nature that transcends mere monetary or celebrity value. The vault holds a special place in the hearts of the remaining Presley family members. It serves as a tranquil sanctuary where they can reflect and connect with their emotions in solitude. Riley, the granddaughter of Elvis, frequently mentions the significance of Graceland in attracting visitors from various parts of the globe. She takes pleasure in observing the wonder and admiration in the faces of unknown individuals as they explore the house. This perpetual flow of visitors affirms to her that the adoration for Elvis remains strong and enduring. Despite the passage of time since his demise, the spirit of his residence remains vibrant and cherished. According to her, there is a certain enchantment in this continued connection. The vault has always been a source of solace for Lisa Marie Presley. She has been aware of its existence for many years, even before it became known to the public. It served as her personal sanctuary, a peaceful refuge where she could connect with her father. Lisa once mentioned that she kept the vault a secret from everyone else, which added to its significance. Inside, she would uncover items from her past stored in old boxes. At times, holding on to something that belonged to her father made her feel his presence and provided comfort. This sacred space helped her find peace, security, and a sense of companionship. The hidden room serves as a special place for the Presley family to bond over shared experiences and unique customs. Lisa Marie, along with other relatives, once accompanied a famous talk show host to the secret vault, offering a glimpse into a more intimate side of Elvis's life. They gathered around his dining table to partake in some of his favorite dishes like meatloaf, macaroni and cheese, and fried chicken. This occasion marked the first time an outsider had dined there since Elvis passed away in 1977. Surprisingly, it didn't feel awkward, but rather fitting. The atmosphere of the table, the food, and the shared laughter brought Elvis back to life, if only for a brief moment. Graceland, particularly, the vault is reminiscent of a time machine. Within its walls lie not only remnants of the past, but also the emotions of those who experienced it. Everything remains exactly as it was before. The furniture remains in the exact spots where Elvis placed them. His belongings are still arranged in the same way he left them. Taking a stroll through the corridors, unlocking old chests, and perusing through ancient letters feels like entering a different era altogether. It serves as a means to remember not just the iconic figure Elvis was, but also the roles he played as a father, a companion, a son, and a human being. Every family has a special spot where they seek solace and connection with departed loved ones. Graceland serves as that comforting place for the Presley family. The vault holds more than just items, but also serves as a sanctuary for healing and reflection. Memories help ease the pain, and love continues to resonate within the confines of Graceland. Throughout all the different eras, the vault serves as a subtle tribute to the fact that Elvis is always close by. While his songs have resonated globally, his presence continues to linger within the walls of the house, evident in each photograph, every object, and the smiles of family members as they wander through the corridors. Otro, what do you think about Elvis Presley? Let us know in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, like, share, and subscribe to this channel for more celebrity gist. Before you go watch the other videos on your screen,